How do you measure the ROI from a training program? Well, it's a very complex formula, and in this video, I'm going to give you some simple elements that help you track that, and more important, I'm going to help you get the recognition for the success that you are having with it. In the previous video, I have shared with you some simple elements that you need to do in order to start changing your behavior. And especially measuring the return on investment from a training program really is not as simple as, hey, we achieved more sales or we have better, let's say, margins, but what is driving these results? So it's got to be the behavior. It's got to be the behavior in the way that you are selling. And from the previous video, we've broken it down, so you now have probably been experiencing some improved results by possibly asking better questions. You might find your customers sharing with you more insights, giving you some of the reasons that they are motivated to change and why they would be willing to spend more for your solution as opposed to that of your competitors. It's all about the story, and it's all about the actual results that you're delivering. I'm going to give you an example. I'm currently involved with a client, and in one of the coaching programs, I heard the following story from one of the sales professionals. Now, they sell to the construction field. So he told me, Ramez, I walked into a certain customer to offer them a possible AMC, annual maintenance agreement, on certain machines that are now aging. The facilities head, the operation manager of the facility told me, Ramez, or whatever the gentleman was named, we have no budget for your proposal. So he goes, Ramez, in a previous lifetime, I would have simply said, well, thank you very much, and would have walked out and tried again next year. But not this time, because I had certain daily questions I wanted to do, so I asked him a couple of questions. So I said, Mr. Customer, let's just suppose you do not have the AMC, and now we're about to enter into a hot summer season. If your machine breaks down, how would this impact your production? Now, they are into a manufacturing production, which if their machines are broken down, every day the operations is down, can have hundreds and thousands of dollars in lost opportunities. So the manager automatically saw the value and the risk of not having the AMC. He goes, Ramez, by asking him a few questions and what value he can have from the AMC, the guy created a budget of over $100,000 so that he is able to have that annual maintenance contract for the operation that he had. He goes, I was completely shocked. I was like, wow, this actually is working. Now, wouldn't it be great if that was you? Wouldn't it be great to not just say, well, I sold 100,000, but I know exactly what questions I used in order to shift the perception of the customer. Shift it from, I have no budget, to actually, here's $100,000, please give me your annual maintenance contract. Wouldn't you love to have that? Imagine this gentleman sharing the story in the town hall, or sharing the story at the weekly sales meeting with his colleagues, or maybe sharing it in front of the MD of the business. How will this impact on the capability of this sales professional? Well, let me tell you, anytime I want to look for future talent, I need to ensure that people aren't just superstars, but are able to articulate what is it that they are doing, breaking down their behavior similar to what this gentleman just did with me. The formula is STAR. So it's a situation and task. I walked into the customer, didn't want. The action I did, so I asked these couple of questions, it made him see the pain and gain for going forward, and it got me the results. Here's $100,000. Now, the best thing about that is it's broken down, it is systematic, and it is repeatable. So now the actual sales professional, if you're using this type of a scenario, it will allow you to better, let's say, give your successes and share that with your teams. But more important, every single one of those results is directly coming from a behavioral change that you have been able to apply. If we can gather enough behavioral changes that are coming directly from knowledge and skills that is relevant to the course that would have not been otherwise utilized if it wasn't for the program. Now, this is one way to help justify the ROI and make you a superstar in helping your organization see the results of the investments. So how many star questions or how many star stories are you going to be able to gather? How many star stories can you gather as a result of applying these simple principles? I'd let you decide that. The more you do, the less. The more you do, the more you'll achieve. If you have no star stories, will anything happen? Maybe things will continue. And like one of the other students, one of the other people told me, Ramez, with your system, I have that much more confidence in myself and in my ability to actually develop others using the same process. So until next time, sell more, sell faster, and profitably.